Welcome back to Talk Sophia, your daily English practice space.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ryan, here with my beautiful friend, Sophia.
Each episode helps you learn English naturally by listening to real-life conversations.
Today, we're going to talk about something very, very important in English. We're going to learn how to use the word have.
Yes, and it's more complicated than you think.
Exactly. The word have is one of the most common verbs in English, but many students don't really understand all the different ways we use it. We use have in so many situations, and today we're going to explain all of them. This is super useful because you probably use have every single day when you speak English.
And you'll sound so much more natural after this lesson.
So if you're ready to master have in English, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps us so much. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the little bell so you don't miss our next video. We have new videos every day, and we would love to have you with us.
Let's go.
Let's get started.
So, Sophia, how are you today?
I'm great, Ryan. I'm really excited about this lesson because have is such an interesting verb. But I'm also a little tired. I was working on videos until very late last night.
Oh no, how late?
Until 1 a.m. I know. I should sleep more.
That's too late. You need to have more rest. See, I already used have and we haven't even started the lesson.
You're so funny. I didn't even notice. What about you? How was your weekend?
My weekend was really nice, actually. I went to the beach on Saturday with my friends. We had such a good time. The weather was perfect.
That sounds wonderful. I love the beach. Did you have any special activities?
Well, we played volleyball for 2 hours. Then we had lunch at a restaurant near the beach. They had the most amazing fish tacos.
Fish tacos? That sounds delicious. I would have loved to go with you.
You should come next time. We always have so much fun together. By the way, you mentioned being tired. Do you have any plans to rest this week?
Actually, I'm going to try to have a more relaxed schedule. I want to finish work earlier, maybe at 9 or 10 p.m., so I can have more sleep. I need to have a healthier routine.
Good idea. I'm happy to hear that. You know, speaking of routines and activities, I think today's topic is perfect because we use have to talk about all these things. We have activities, we have plans, we have experiences, and we have things in our lives.
That's a perfect connection. Let's jump into our main conversation about how to use have in English. So Ryan, let me ask you a very simple question first. What does have mean to you?
Well, I think have means to own something or to possess something, like I have a phone, I have a laptop.
Yes, that's correct. That's one meaning of have, but it's not the only meaning. Have has many, many meanings in English. I would say there are at least 5 or 6 different ways we use have.
5 or 6? Really? I had no idea.
Yes, and we use the first meaning all the time. The first meaning is possession. We use have when we own something or when we have something with us. For example, I have a coffee cup next to me right now. You have a computer in front of you.
Right, I have a computer. I also have a pen. Is that the same meaning?
Yes, exactly. Those are all possession. We have things. But here's where it gets interesting. We also use have to talk about family relationships. For instance, I have 2 sisters.
Oh, so have can mean family too?
Yes, you can say, I have a mother, I have a father, I have brothers, I have sisters. You can even say, I have a grandmother, or I have cousins. This is a very common use of have.
That makes sense. So my example would be I have 2 brothers.
Perfect. And we also use have to talk about physical characteristics. For example, I have brown hair, or I have blue eyes.
Oh, I see. So if I say I have black hair, that's talking about a physical characteristic of my body.
Exactly right. You're understanding this so well. We can say, I have a big nose, I have small ears, I have long hair. All of these use have to describe what our body looks like.
Interesting. What else can we use have for?
Well, one very common use is talking about experiences and activities. We say have with many nouns to describe activities. For example, I have breakfast in the morning.
Wait, have breakfast? Why do we say have and not eat?
That's a great question. We can say both eat breakfast and have breakfast, but have breakfast is more common in formal English and also in British English. It's a more natural way to talk about meals. We say have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner.
So I could say I have lunch at noon.
Yes, or even I had lunch yesterday at a nice restaurant. You can use have in different tenses, present, past, future, all of them.
Oh, right, I didn't think about tenses. So have, had, will have.
Exactly. And not just meals. We also say have a party, have a meeting, have a conversation, have a break. We use have with many activity nouns.
That's a lot of possibilities. Do you have a party often?
I used to have parties more often, but now with my busy schedule, I don't have as many parties. Maybe twice a year. But I do have dinners at home with friends sometimes.
That sounds nice. What other meanings does have?
Good question. Another very common use is when we talk about experiences or events in our lives. We can say, I have had an amazing experience, or I have had a difficult day. This is about what we've gone through or experienced.
So, like, I had a terrible morning because I missed my bus.
Perfect example. I had a terrible morning. That's talking about your experience during that time. You could also say, I had a good day at work, or I had an interesting conversation with a friend.
And this is different from possession, right?
Right. With possession, we have things. With experiences, we have moments or events. They're different concepts, but we use the same verb, have.
That's confusing, but I'm starting to understand. Is there another meaning?
Yes, we also use have to talk about obligations or necessities. We say, I have to do something, or I've got to do something. This means we must do it. It's necessary.
Oh, have to. I know that one. Like, I have to go to the doctor tomorrow.
Exactly. I have to finish this project by Friday. He has to study for the exam. We have to leave now or we'll be late.
So have to means necessity or obligation.
Yes, exactly. It's a requirement. You can also use have got to, which means the same thing. I've got to go home now. She's got to finish her homework.
Interesting. So have to and have got to are the same.
They have the same meaning, yes. Have got to is more informal and more common in British English and casual speech, but they both express obligation.
I see. So many uses for one word. Are there more?
There are a few more, yes. We also use have when we talk about physical sensations or feelings. We say, I have a headache. I have a cold. I have a fever. I have pain in my back.
So we're talking about health problems with have.
Yes, when you're not feeling well, you describe it with have. I have the flu, she has a sore throat, he has a stomach ache.
That's useful. Do you have a headache right now?
No, thank goodness. But I had a headache yesterday. I had to take medicine for it.
I had a cold last month. It was not fun. I had to stay home for 3 days.
I'm sorry to hear that. Did you have a fever, too?
Yes, I had a fever of 38 degrees Celsius. I felt terrible. I couldn't work, so I had to rest in bed.
Poor you, but you had to rest, so it was the right decision. Now, there's one more important use of have, and I think this is very important to understand.
What is it?
We use have with the past participle to make the present perfect tense. This is the grammar that we use to talk about experiences that started in the past but continue to the present, or experiences that finished recently and are still important.
Oh no, that sounds complicated. Can you explain?
Yes, of course. For example, I say, I have been to Tokyo. This means at some time in my life, I went to Tokyo. It's an experience from my past, but it's still important now because I remember it and I'm talking about it.
So you went to Tokyo in the past?
Yes, I did. But when I say I have been to Tokyo, I'm not talking about a specific time. I'm just saying that this is part of my life experience.
I see. And can you give another example?
Sure. I have worked here for 2 years. This means I started working here 2 years ago, and I still work here. I'm still the employee.
Oh, so the past is connected to now.
Exactly. The past experience is connected to the present. Another example. I have lived in this city for 5 years. This means I moved here 5 years ago, and I still live here.
I think I understand. So have plus the past participle talks about the past that is connected to now.
Yes, that's a good way to think about it. Some examples are I have finished my work, she has started a new job, they have bought a house, we have made a decision.
And the past participles are finished, started, bought, made.
Correct. With regular verbs, the past participle is the same as the past tense. Finish becomes finished, work becomes worked. But with irregular verbs, it's different. Go becomes gone, eat becomes eaten, see becomes seen, do becomes done.
That's tricky. Do I need to memorize all the irregular verbs?
Yes, it helps if you learn the most common ones, yes. But you don't need to know all of them. Just practice with the ones you use most often. In our conversation, I've used have been, have worked, have finished, have bought. These are very common.
Right. So have worked is present perfect?
Yes, present perfect tense. It's very important in English, and it uses have.
I have so many questions now.
That's wonderful. Questions help you learn. But let me ask you, have you noticed anything interesting about all these uses of have?
Let me think. All of them use the word have?
Yes, that's obvious, but is there something deeper?
I'm not sure. What do you mean?
Well, I think the common idea is that have means something is with you or part of you or your experience. When you have a phone, the phone is with you. When you have brown hair, that hair is part of you. When you have a headache, that feeling is in your body. When you have been to Tokyo, that memory is in your experience. Everything is connected to you in some way.
Oh, that's a nice way to think about it. So have is about connection and possession and being part of your life.
I think so, yes. Of course, the grammar meaning is different from the meaning when we talk about obligation. I have to do something doesn't have the same meaning as I have a phone. But still, I think there's a way to understand all of them together.
That helps me understand have better. So should I say, I have been using the verb have my whole life when I use it in the present perfect?
Yes, that's correct. I have been using the verb have my whole life. You just used present perfect continuous, actually.
Present perfect continuous. Is that different?
Yes. I have used the verb have is simple present perfect. I have been using the verb have is present perfect continuous. It means the action started in the past and is continuing now.
So both use have, but they're different tenses?
Exactly. Have been with the gerund is present perfect continuous. Have with the past participle is present perfect. They have different meanings, but they're related.
This is interesting. Now I understand have better. But I have one more question. Can we use have in the negative form?
Great question. Yes, we can say, I don't have a phone, or she doesn't have brothers. That's the negative of possession. We can also say, I haven't been to Tokyo, or she hasn't finished her work. That's the negative of present perfect.
So we use don't have or doesn't have or haven't or hasn't?
Exactly. For possession and simple present, we use don't have or doesn't have. For present perfect, we use haven't or hasn't.
And for the past, can we say I didn't have or she hadn't finished?
Yes. I didn't have is past simple negative. She hadn't finished is past perfect negative. We can use have in the negative form in almost any tense.
Wow, so have is really important, and it appears in many different forms and tenses.
It really is. Have is one of the most important verbs in English. I would even say it's essential. Without have, our English would be very limited.
I definitely have a new appreciation for the word have now.
I'm so happy to hear that. And you just used it correctly in that sentence.
I did, didn't I? I said I have a new appreciation. That's possession of a feeling.
Perfect. You're understanding it so well. Let me recap all the meanings we discussed. First, possession of objects. Second, family relationships. Third, physical characteristics. Fourth, activities and experiences. Fifth, obligations and necessities. Sixth, health problems and physical sensations. And seventh, the present perfect and present perfect continuous tenses.
That's a lot. But I feel like I understand the basic idea now. Have is a very important verb, and we use it in many, many situations.
You've got it. And the more you practice using have, the more natural it will feel.
I'm excited to practice more.
You know, Ryan, while we were talking, we used many useful words and phrases. Let me teach you the most important ones.
Yes, I want to learn more vocabulary.
First word, possession. What does possession mean?
I don't know. Can you explain?
Yes. Possession means having or owning something. It means something is yours. We use this word to talk about the first meaning of have. For example, I have a possession, or she has possessions. But we more commonly just say, I own this, or this is my possession.
Oh, so my possession means something that is mine?
Exactly right. My possessions are all the things I own. My phone is one of my possessions. My laptop is one of my possessions.
I have many possessions in my house.
Great example. You can also say, I own many things in my house, but I have many possessions sounds more formal and educated.
Interesting. What's the next vocabulary word?
Next word, obligation. This is a very important word in English. Obligation means something you must do. It's a requirement. It's something that is necessary.
So when we say I have to do something, we're talking about an obligation?
Perfect. You already understand. I have an obligation to finish my homework. My obligation is to go to work every day. You can say, I have an obligation, or just, I have to do it.
Which one's more common in conversation?
I think I have to is more common in casual conversation. I have an obligation is more formal and more used in written English or professional situations.
I see. What's the next word?
Next word, characteristic. A characteristic is a feature or quality of someone or something. It's a typical feature.
Can you give an example?
Yes, blue eyes is a characteristic of many people. Tall is a characteristic of some people. Kind is a characteristic of my friend Ryan. He has the characteristic of being kind.
You're so nice to say that. So when I say I have brown hair is a characteristic?
Yes, exactly. It's a physical characteristic. Your hair color, your height, your eye color, these are all characteristics of you. We describe them with have. That's clear. Next word. Next word, experience. An experience is something that happens to you. It's something you go through or something you do.
Like, I had a good experience at the beach?
Yes, that's perfect. I had a wonderful experience. She had a bad experience at the hotel. They had a memorable experience. An experience is something you do or something that happens to you that you remember.
I have had many experiences in my life.
Good. You use the present perfect to talk about your life experiences. That's exactly how we use it.
What's the next word?
Next word, symptom. A symptom is a sign that you are sick or that something is wrong with your body or your mind.
So if I have a fever, the fever is a symptom?
Exactly right. A fever is a symptom of being sick. A cough is a symptom. A sore throat is a symptom. When you describe your symptoms, you say, I have a fever, I have a cough, I have a headache.
I have not had many symptoms lately.
I'm glad to hear that. You sound healthy.
What's the next vocabulary word?
Next word, participate. To participate means to take part in something, to join an activity.
So if I say I have a party, am I participating in the party?
Well, sort of, but not exactly. When you say, I have a party, you're the host, you're organizing it. But when you participate in an activity, you're taking part in it. You might participate in a game or a discussion or a class. But there's another phrase. I have a role in this project, or she has a part in the play. This is another use of have.
Interesting. What's the next word?
Next word, necessary. Necessary means essential. It's something you need to do, something you can't avoid.
Is it related to obligation?
Yes, very related. When something is necessary, it's an obligation. It is necessary for me to finish my work today. I have to do it because it's necessary. We often use necessary to explain why we have to do something.
I see, so necessary explains why we have to do something.
Exactly. That's a good way to think about it.
What's the next word?
Next word, continuous. Continuous means it doesn't stop. It keeps going. It continues.
So present perfect continuous means the action started in the past and continues to now.
Yes, that's what continuous means. The action keeps going. It doesn't finish. I have been working. It means I started working in the past and I'm still working now. The action is continuous from the past to the present.
I have been learning English for 3 years.
Good. And your learning is continuous. You still learn now. That's why we use present perfect continuous.
What's the last vocabulary word?
Last word, participle. A participle is a verb form. There are two participles, the present participle and the past participle.
What's a participle exactly?
A participle is a verb form that acts like an adjective sometimes, or it's part of a tense. We talked about past participles: finished, started, bought, made, done. These are all past participles. We use them with have to make the present perfect.
So have finished uses the past participle finished.
Exactly right. Have been using uses the present participle using. Present participles end in ing.
So participles are important for making different tenses with have.
Yes, they're essential. Without understanding participles, you can't really understand how have works in perfect tenses.
That's helpful to know.
Okay, so let me summarize all the vocabulary words we learned. We have possession, which means owning something. We have obligation, which means something you must do. We have characteristic, which is a feature of someone or something. We have experience, which is something that happens to you. We have symptom, which is a sign that you're sick. We have participate, which means to take part. We have necessary, which means essential or required. We have continuous, which means it keeps going without stopping. And we have participle, which is a verb form. These are the main vocabulary words that help us understand how to use have in English.
That's a complete vocabulary lesson. Thank you, Sophia.
Okay, Ryan, that was a lot of talking about the verb have. I think we covered a lot of ground.
We definitely did. I'm a little tired, but I learned so much.
Ha, I know what you mean. But let's think about what we learned today. I want to make sure it's clear.
Yes, please recap. My brain is full.
Okay, first, we learned that have is used for possession. We use have to say what things we own or what things are with us. You have a phone, I have a laptop. We have many possessions in our lives. This is probably the most basic and most common use of have.
Right. This is the first meaning.
Exactly. Then we talked about family relationships. We use have to talk about our family members. I have 2 sisters, you have 2 brothers, we have mothers and fathers. Basically, everyone has a family.
That's the second meaning.
Yes. Then we talked about physical characteristics. We have brown hair, blue eyes, tall bodies, small noses. These are characteristics of our bodies, and we describe them with have.
That's the third meaning.
Right. After that, we talked about activities and experiences. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have parties, meetings, and conversations. We have good days and bad days. We have wonderful experiences and difficult experiences. All of these are activities or experiences in our lives.
That's the fourth and fifth meanings combined.
Good observation. Then we talked about obligations and necessities. We use have to or have got to express what we must do. I have to finish my work. You have to go to the doctor. We have to study for the exam.
That's the sixth meaning.
Exactly. Then we talked about health and physical sensations. We use have to describe our symptoms or how we feel. I have a headache. She has a cold. He has a fever. These are all ways to describe our health with have.
That's the seventh meaning.
Finally, we talked about the present perfect tense. We use have with past participles to make the present perfect tense. I have been to Tokyo. She has finished her work. We have lived here for 5 years. This is grammatically important because it's a common and important tense in English.
That's the eighth meaning, kind of.
You could say that. So, when you think about all these meanings, what connects them? Why does English use the same word have for all these different situations?
You said it before. I think it's because have means something is with you or part of your life.
Yes, that's right. Everything we have is connected to us in some way. Our possessions, our family, our characteristics, our experiences, our obligations, our symptoms, and our past experiences that still affect us now. All of these are part of who we are.
That's a beautiful way to think about it.
It really is. And when you understand this connection, using have becomes much easier and more natural. You don't just memorize the rules, you understand the deeper meaning.
I feel like I understand have much better now.
That makes me so happy. The important thing is that have is everywhere in English, and now you have the knowledge to use it correctly in many different situations. Now we want to hear from you. This is our favorite part of every video.
Yes, we love reading your comments.
Our question of the day is, what is one thing you have that is very important to you, and why?
I love this question because it makes you think about what really matters.
That's right. So, let me answer first. One thing I have that is very important to me is my journal. I have been writing in it for 5 years now. Every day, I write down my thoughts, my experiences, and my feelings. It's very personal to me.
That's sweet. My answer is different. One thing I have that is very important to me is my camera. I love photography. I have so much fun taking pictures with my camera. I have taken thousands of photos over the years.
That's wonderful. See, we have different answers, and that's okay. Everyone has different things that are important to them. Ryan has his camera, I have my journal. Some people might have their family photos. Some might have a special gift from a friend. Some people have their books or their pets or their collections.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be expensive or big. It just has to be important to you.
So, viewers, we want to know about you. What is one thing you have that is very important to you? Think about it. Think about your possessions, your relationships, your memories. What really matters to you?
You can answer in many different ways.
Yes. You could say, I have my grandmother's ring, and it's important to me because it reminds me of her. Or you could say, I have my dog. I have had my dog for 10 years. My dog is very important to me. Or you could say, I have a collection of books, and I love them because books have always been my escape and my comfort.
Or you could describe something else entirely.
Exactly. Please tell us in the comments. Write a comment that says what you have that's important to you and why. You can start like this. I have blank, and it's important to me because blank. Just fill in the blanks with your answer.
Or you can write however you want. There's no one correct way to answer.
That's right. It helps us make better videos when we read your answers. It helps us understand what interests you. And it also helps you practice writing in English. When you write in English, you learn and you get better. So commenting is really a win-win for everyone.
Please leave a comment.
We read all of them, and we really do appreciate every single comment. Thank you so much for watching this video about how to use have in English. I really hope you learned something valuable today. Ryan and I had so much fun teaching you.
We really did.
Before you go, I have one small request. Could you please give this video a big thumbs up? It helps us so much when you do that. It tells YouTube that this video was helpful and interesting.
And please click the subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it.
Yes, when you subscribe and click the bell, you won't forget to join us next day. We have a new video coming every day. We talk about English grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and we have real conversations to help you learn.
We want you to be part of our English learning community.
That's right. You are all great students. Some of you might be watching from Brazil, some from Mexico, some from Japan or Thailand or Egypt or France or Germany. Wherever you are in the world, you are all working hard to improve your English. I'm so proud of you.
Keep practicing.
Yes. Remember, the only way to get better at English is to use it every day. You need to speak, write, listen, and read as much as possible. And you need to practice the verb have because it's so important. Use have when you talk about your possessions, your family, your experiences, and your obligations. The more you use it, the more natural it will feel.
You've got this.
You really do. Have a wonderful day, evening, and night wherever you are. Thank you for being here with us.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.